welcome in today's session. Today we shall be talking about individuals and role in conservation of natural resources. Till recently, mankind acted as if he could endlessly exploit the Earth's ecosystems and natural resources like oil, forests, and grasslands, and extract minerals and fossil fuels. However, in the last few decades, it has become increasingly evident that the global ecosystem has the capacity to sustain only a limited level of utilization. Biological systems cannot go on replenishing resources if they are overused or misused. Increasing pressure destabilizes their natural balance. Even biological resources traditionally classified as renewable, such as those from our oceans, forests, grasslands, and wetlands, are being degraded by overuse and are permanently destroyed. Non-renewable resources will be rapidly exhausted if we continue to use them as intensively as at present. At this juncture, resource conservation has become an important subject for one and all to utilize the resources in safe manner and pass them to future generations. Natural resources are materials which living organisms can take from nature to sustaining their life, or alternatively we can say any components of the natural environment that can be utilized by man for his welfare. Every man-made product is composed of natural resources at its fundamental level. A natural resource may exist as a separate entity, such as fresh water and air, as well as living organisms such as a fish. Some natural resources are found everywhere, such as sunlight and air. These resources are known as ubiquitous resources. However, most of the resources are not ubiquitous, rather than they occur only in small sporadic areas. These resources are referred to as localized resources. Classification of natural resources. There are various methods of categorizing natural resources. These include source of origin, stages of development, and renewability. On the basis of origin, resources may be divided into two categories: biotic and abiotic. Biotic resources are obtained from the biosphere, living and organic material, such as forests, animals, birds, and fish, and the material that can be obtained from them. Fossil fuels such as coal and petroleum are also included in the category because they are formed from decayed organic matter. Abiotic resources are those that come from non-living or non-organic materials. Examples of abiotic resources include land, water, air, and heavy metals including ores such as gold, iron, copper, silver, etc. Considering their stage of development, natural resources may be referred to in the following ways. Potential resources. Potential resources are those that exist in the region and may be used in the future. For example, petroleum may exist in many parts of India having sedimentary rocks, but until the time it is actually drilled out and put into use, it remains a potential resource. Actual resources. Actual resources are those that have been surveyed, their quantity and quality determined, and are being used in present times. The development of an actual resource such as wood processing depends upon the technology available and the cost involved. Reserve resources. The part of an actual resource which can be developed profitably in the future is called a reserve resource. Stock resources. Stock resources are those that have been surveyed but cannot be used by human beings due to lack of technology. For example, hydrogen. Renewability is a very popular term, and many natural resources can be categorized as either renewable or non-renewable. Renewable resources are one that can be replenished naturally. Some of these resources like sunlight, air, wind, etc. are continuously available and their quantity is not noticeably affected by human consumption. Though many renewable resources do not have such a rapid recovery rate, these resources are susceptible to depletion by overuse. Resources from a human use perspective are classified as renewable only so long as the rate of recovery exceeds the rate of consumption. Non-renewable resources are the resources that are formed extremely slowly and those that do not naturally form in the environment. Minerals are the most common resource included in the category. From human perspective, resources are non-renewable when their rate of consumption exceeds the rate of recovery. A good example of this are fossil fuels, which are in the category because their rate of formation is extremely slow. Some resources deplete naturally in amount without human interference, the most noticeable of these being radioactive elements such as uranium, which decays naturally into heavy metals. The importance of natural resources can be viewed from the following points. 1. The most important use of land to man is that it provides space for work. All activities of man take place on land, whether it is agriculture, industry, housing, mining, etc. Second, most of the passengers and goods are transported by land transport means. And third, land provides a large number of minerals like coal, petroleum, iron, copper, gold, mica, etc. The fourth point is that air is an integral component of environment. Man makes variety of uses of air such as breathing, burning, etc. Number 5, oxygen in air is required for breathing by all human beings and animals. Number 6, the sound waves travel in air so we can hear easily. 7th, wind energy can be harnessed from moving air called wind. 8th, around 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. All life is impossible without it. It is used for domestic purposes, irrigation, transport, production of tidal energy, etc. Point 9 is water is also used in many industries like textiles, iron, steel, paper, etc. And 10th, tides result in rise and fall of seawater which can be harnessed to produce electricity. 11th, whatever we look around us is because of light. The sun is the major source of light on earth. 12th, the process of photosynthesis also needs light. Animals also need light to grow. 13th, sun's light can be converted into energy called solar energy. Depletion of natural resources. In recent years, the depletion of natural resources has become a major focus of governments and organizations such as the United Nations. This is evident in the UN's Agenda 21 section, to which outlines the necessary steps to be taken by countries to sustain their natural resources. The depletion of natural resources is considered to be a sustainable development issue. Depletion of natural resources is also associated with social inequity. Considering most biodiversity is located in developing countries, depletion of these resources could result in losses of ecosystem services. Some view this depletion as a major source of social unrest and conflicts in developing nations. The depletion of natural resources is caused by direct drivers of change, such as mining, petroleum extraction, fishing, and forestry, as well as indirect drivers of change such as demography, economy, society, technology, and policy. The current practice of agriculture is another factor causing depletion of natural resources. For example, the depletion of nutrients in the soil due to excessive use of nitrogen-based fertilizers. Protection of natural resources. In 1982, the United Nations developed the World Charter for Nature, in which it recognized the need to protect nature from further depletion due to human activity. They state the measures needed to be taken at all societal levels, from international right down to individual. They outline the need for sustainable use of natural resources and suggest that the protection of resources should be incorporated into the law system at state and international levels. To look at the importance of protecting natural resources further, the World Ethic of Sustainability developed by the IUCN, WWF, and the UNEP in 1990 set out 8 values for sustainability, including the need to protect natural resources from depletion. Management of natural resources. Natural resources management is a discipline in the protection of resources such as land, water, plants, and animals, with a particular focus on how management affects the quality and quantity of life for both present and future generations. Management of natural resources involves identifying who has the right to use the resource and who does not, for defining the boundaries of the resource. The resources are managed by the users according to the rules governing of when and how the resource is used. A successful management of natural resources should engage the community because of the nature of the shared resources. The individuals who are affected by the rule can participate in setting or changing them. The users have the right to devise their own management institutions and plans under the recognition by the government. The right to resource includes land, water, fisheries, and pastoral rights. The users or parties accountable have to actually monitor and ensure the utilization of the resource compliance with the rules and to impose penalty on the people who violate the rules. These conflicts are resolved in a quick and low-cost manner by the local institution according to the seriousness and context of the offense. Different natural resources like forests, water, soil, food, minerals, and energy play a vital role in the development of a nation. However, overuse of these resources in our modern society is resulting in fast depletion of these resources and several related problems. If we want our humankind to flourish, then there is a strong need to conserve these natural resources. While conservation efforts are underway at national and international levels, the individual efforts for conservation of natural resources can go on a long way. Environment belongs to every individual, and all of us have a responsibility to contribute towards its conservation and protection. Small droplets of water together form a big ocean. Similarly, with our small efforts, we can together help in conserving our natural resources to a larger extent. Conservation of water. Don't keep water taps running while bathing, brushing, shaving, or washing. In washing machines, fill the machine only to the level required for your clothes. Install water-saving toilet that use not more than 6 liters per flush. Check for water leaks in pipes and toilets and repair them properly. A small pinhole-sized leak will lead to the wastage of 640 liters of water in a month. Reuse the soapy water of washing from clothes for washing of the courtyards, driveways, etc. Water the plants in your kitchen garden and then lawns in the evening, hence evaporation losses are minimized. Never water the plants in the midday. Use drip irrigation and sprinkling irrigation to improve irrigation efficiency and reduce evaporation. Install a small system to capture rainwater and collect used water from sinks, clothes washers, bathtubs, etc., which can be used for watering the plants. Build rainwater harvesting system in every house. Even the President of India is doing this. Conservation of energy. We should turn off lights, fans, and other appliances when not in use. Obtain as much heat as possible from natural sources. Dry the clothes in sun instead of dryer if it is a sunny day. Use solar cooker for cooking your food on sunny days, which will be more nutritious and will cut down your LPG expenses. Build your house with provisions for sun space, which will keep your house warmer and will provide more light. Drive less, make fewer trips, and use public transport whenever possible. You can share by joining a carpool if you regularly have to go to the same place. Add more insulation to your house. During winter, close the windows at night. During the summer, close the windows during days if using an AC. Otherwise, loss of heat would be more, consuming more electricity. Instead of using the heat convector, more often wear adequate woolens, recycle and reuse glass, metals and paper. Try riding bicycle or just walk down small distances instead of using car or scooter. Be within the set speed limit. Lower the cooling load of air conditioner by increasing the thermostat setting. At 3 to 5% electricity is saved for every 1 degree rise in temperature setting. Protect the soil. While constructing your house, don't uproot the trees as far as possible. Plant the disturbed areas with the fast-growing native ground cover. Grow different types of ornamental plants, herbs, and trees in your garden. Grow grass in the open areas which will bind the soil and prevent its erosion. Make compost from your kitchen waste and use it for your kitchen garden or flower pots. Do not irrigate the plants using a strong flow of water as it would wash off the soil. Better use sprinkling irrigation. Use green manure and mulch in the garden and kitchen garden, which will protect the soil. Use mixed cropping so that some specific soil nutrients do not get depleted. Promote sustainable agriculture. Do not waste food. Take as much as you can eat. Reduce the use of pesticides. Fertilize your crop primarily with organic fertilizers. Eat local and seasonal vegetables. This saves a lot of energy on transport, storage, and preservation. Control pests by a combination of cultivation and biological control methods. Promotion of sustainable conservation to conserve natural resources on sustainable basis, and individual can do these things. Maintain the production of clean food, improve the quality of landscapes, which includes soil, water, etc. Use drip irrigation to water the crops. Choose recycled products. Have your gas appliances and heaters regularly inspected and maintained. Replace your car's air filters. Ensure that the tires are adequately inflated. Report smoking vehicles. Stop hunting and overexploitation, mainly for commercial and often illegal purposes. Stop improper use of agrochemicals. Stop illegal cutting of trees. Role of NGOs in natural resource conservation. Non-governmental organizations have played a major role in pushing forward sustainable development at the international level. Campaigning groups have been key drivers of intergovernmental negotiations, ranging from the regulation of hazardous wastes to a global ban on landmines and the elimination of slavery. They can also contribute significantly by undertaking research and publication on environment and development related issues. This is necessary to support and encourage genuine, small, local level NGOs in different parts of the country which can provide much needed institutional support specific to their local needs. NGOs can make the following specific contributions: conducting education and citizen awareness programs in the field of environment, fact-finding and analysis, filing public interest litigations, innovation and experimenting in areas that is difficult for government agencies to make change, providing expertise and policy analysis, providing factual and reliable information with a network of professional expert staff, remaining independent while passing relevant information to the public and governmental bodies, solidarity and support to environmental defenders, working in collaboration with the government for capacity building and promotion of community participation in environmental awareness and protection, and working out at the grassroots level and reaching far-flung areas with or without the government invitations. With this, today's lesson comes to the conclusion. Hope you have understood it well. See you in some another classroom with another topic. Till then, goodbye and good night.